Welcome engineers to Race Have a Problem, and today's problem is getting through Season 3 of My Team in a review. And as you'll notice by the title and stuff in the video, this is only halfway through the season. And if you want to really know why, because Season 3, the rest of it, from Austria onwards, is going to be going to be on the channel. Welcome to Bahrain then. Pierre Gasly is our new teammate for Season 2 of 3, and we banged the season off with an absolute ace. 1-2 for the team. Me and P1 after Pierre Gasly gets pole position for the first time for our team, and we lead both drivers and constructors championships over Red Bull. Verstappen getting the fastest lap, ahead of his teammate Perez down in 4th. Once again, Leclerc getting off to a poor start every season so far. Guan Yu Zhou, new for Season 3. And AlphaTauri actually already doing better than Mercedes. So Season 1 champions, not doing too well in the later seasons. Let's see if Perez, our Season 2 champion, will fall into the same form, or can he get his reign last longer over F1. New to the season, we've got the 3 new circuits, so it is going to be a full 23 race calendar on the channel. I hope you're excited. And this is race 191, meaning race Austria, the first race back on the channel, is race 200 on the channel. I'm excited. Unfortunately, you'll have to wait and see. Going into China then, we lead the R&D performance over Red Bull, McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari, Aston Martin, Alpine, AlphaTauri, Williams, Alfa Romeo and Haas round up the grid at the bottom. So welcome to Season 3 of My Team. I hope you're going to enjoy it. I certainly have so far, and I've got up to Belgium in recording due to the backlog of videos and deciding to restart. Not restart. Welcome to China. We win the Grand Prix. It was a weird race, to be honest. We started on pole, Pierre Gasly behind us, and he changed to a 2-stop, which is why he is the fastest lap, but only 4th. We fell behind Red Bulls. We were able to get past Checo. Around the time Pierre Gasly actually stopped for his second time, and then going into the final lap, we had chased down Verstappen for the rest of that race. And going into the final penultimate corner, the hairpin, he broke way too early, about 150 meters. Normally you break about 110 meters, so I had nothing to do but take avoiding action, dive down the inside, and take the lead of the race. Now, if you think I'm too excited for this race victory, you're wrong. I feel like I don't deserve the race win. Kind of maybe a bit of revenge in Portimao, as Red Bull overtake us. Imola, actually. Red Bull overtake us, and Alpine, Williams, I believe that is actually, overtake Alpine and AlphaTauri. So AlphaTauri dropping down the grid, like they have been in previous seasons, like 2017 actually. I think they were one of the worst, maybe 2018. I don't know. But yeah, they were one of the worst, and now they are again. But let's see if Guan Yu Zhou and Tsunoda can pull that team back to the top. Imola then, first race at a new circuit, and Pierre Gasly, I don't know what happened to him. He was P6 in qualifying. Not bad, but it's not good. And he just did a 2-stop once again, put him outside of the points, and there was team rivalry already at Red Bull, as both Red Bulls collided with each other coming out of the first chicane. Um, I've got a really good picture of it. Don't know whether I want to use it as the thumbnail. I think I might use a Bahrain grid as the thumbnail. So yeah, but yeah, it's really odd. Inter-team rivalry with the Red Bulls already. Hopefully we can keep upgrading this car and capitalize on that weakness. But I have something to tell you, and you may see a pattern with the R&D chart. I've done this segment a little bit too quickly. Ferrari, they're on the constructors table for the first time. Well, for this time for the whole season, unlike season 1. R&D chart. Yeah, look at our line, the black one. Flat. Absolutely no upgrades. We are capped. We need spec-free facilities, and as you can see in the R&D points, we haven't got spec-free facilities, meaning we've got no more upgrades, meaning we can't spend the R&D points, meaning McLaren have pretty much overtook us already. Ferrari go level with Mercedes. Aston Martin are falling behind with Alpine and Williams, catching them up. AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo plateau as Haas make more gains. Portimao, maybe a bit of revenge. We got a penalty in this race for the pit lane. That's what we got a penalty for. We sped into the pit lane. Yeah, that's not how it's supposed to be. So Verstappen took the win. He's now only 1 point behind Perez, who finished 7th, surrounded by Lewis Hamilton, who's 6th in the drivers, taking his team to 3rd with Mercedes. And yeah, we dropped to 8th. I think we were ahead of Pierre Gasly, but you know, that's the way it goes. And we have now unfortunately dropped to 2nd in the constructors, but I've made myself a rule as well. If we drop outside 2 race victories before the end of the first half, we will cancel season 3. What I mean by that is not focus on season 3, focus on season 4. Don't think I'm going to cancel the series. And if we're within a race victory, if we're out of a race victory behind in the second half of the season, then the same happens. We write off season 2, 3. Yeah. Kind of seems like we need to do that already, as Red Bull take a massive leap heading into Spain, and it's going to be extremely difficult if we want to topple them and keep our Drivers' Championship lead. We've had a good 3 races out of the previous 4. 3 of them were done in one weekend, so the form is there. Spain done on the same weekend as Portimao, so maybe let's see if there's correlation between weekends as we head into the race results, and you'll find that there is correlation between weekends as we drop to 3rd in the Drivers' Championship now, with both Red Bulls getting a 1-2. Our team only getting 2 points, so we are now further behind in the constructors. And yeah, really difficult race, this one. I'm not really sure what happened. We qualified very poorly in Q3. Unusual to happen, actually. And then we tried to do an undercut. Didn't work. We undercut these drivers ahead, trying to use the hards, but it just didn't work. We had no pace compared to them lot on the softs, I believe it was. So we pit later in the race to get fastest lap. But as you can see, Verstappen, sneaky little word that I can't use. Yeah, he took it. So that was no point. We had to overtake Giovinazzi in that as well, so we kind of just wasted a pit stop. But to be fair, we weren't going to be able to catch up to Lewis, so it was worth the risk. heading into Monaco. Oh boy, we've dropped to the 5th best team in the R&D now, meaning we are supposed to be on the edge of the points. So we're going to be lucky if we get 9th and 10th, pretty much. We're going to be lucky if we get higher than 9th and 10th. There's no way we're going to be outside the top 10. Judging by the gap that we have to Alpine and Alpha Williams. I keep going to say AlphaTauri. But, as you'll see from the result of Monaco, I keep saying this too early, you'll see that we both are tied. Yes, absolute wonderful scenes. I tried my strategy like I normally do, qualify at the back, because I actually did. I didn't do it on purpose though, I never do. Pit lap 1, and then undercut everyone by being on fresher tyres and hopefully catching up to them as soon as they pit, if you know what I mean. So like when I catch up to them, they then pit me, releasing me, and then obviously I'll pit later because I'll have tyres. I'll be able to build the gap a little bit more to them. But it didn't work. The engine gave out, and we get 0 points. Red Bull almost 100 points ahead of us now, as both of their drivers on the equal points, heading into the next race. Yeah, this does not look promising for us. We're already outside of 1 race victory, so yeah, we're already 2 1-2s out of constructors. So we're binning off the constructors this season. That is confirmed, and let's see if we can still keep the Drivers' Championship alive, heading into Azerbaijan. And once again, Red Bull extend their lead over Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari. Aston Martin jump ahead of... Oh no, it's AlphaTauri actually, jump ahead of Alpine, Williams and Aston Martin. Alfa Romeo plateaued just like us, so hopefully there's hope maybe in terms of the other teams not being able to upgrade. And Haas once again also plateau, and have been doing so ever since Portimao, round 44 of the season. And I have decided that season 4 will be a 23 race calendar as well, and season 5 a 16 race calendar. Heading into Azerbaijan, yeah, if you think our fortune was going to go for a good turn, that's not how you say it. I don't know what it is. Yeah, you've fooled yourself. Ran out of flashbacks, got front wing damage. Not much else to say. We were up there with Vettel, I'd like to say. I don't actually remember. But this race should have been much more. Kind of evoking what happened in season 2. We binned it just after the castle section, in turn 15. We didn't bin it in the race, we kept the car on the circuit. We did go down the escape road on the final lap though, at turn 3, where Ricciardo ran it into the back of Kvyat, trying to get out the escape road. So yeah, pulling my inner Ricciardo out and doing bad form in a higher team. Only difference is this team, we are becoming terrible. And as you'll see, we are now equal distance from Ferrari to the rest of the... No, we're closer to the rest of the grid, to be honest, behind us. Luckily, we've got a big gap between Alfa Romeo and Haas, but that does tell me that either they're capped like us, or they have got big upgrades coming. And unfortunately, due to all this, I am kind of banking on an R&D change. Yes, we'll be able to fully upgrade everything back, but it will allow us to hopefully retire from less races, as we'll be able to upgrade the durability, but it will allow the other teams to come closer back to us, because to be honest, I haven't got many upgrades left. And yeah, one thing we really need to do is durability, because in this race, we retired not too long after DRS was enabled, lap 8 of 35. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't do what I did last game, where I had a poor race, didn't do anything. To be fair, didn't do anything at the beginning of this game, so can you really blame me? I did it for about 4-5 months, so yeah, it's long overdue. That I show you all of this, and once again, Vettel and the Aston Martins and Alpine close to each other in the points, but yeah, actually bookending Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki carrying the team, Zoe getting close to points in this race, but not close enough. France, the final race of this video, and we actually bought an upgrade. Why? How? It was a brake upgrade. Why? Because I didn't upgrade the brakes earlier because of what had happened to multiple YouTubers, and from last year's game, the brakes felt really off, but the brakes actually feel fine in this game. I don't know if it's just me or something with my game, but the brakes felt fine, so yeah, all upgrades are going back on the car. And France, we actually had a good race. Hopefully that foreshadows the rest of the season, and yeah, hopefully we can have a good season. We actually had a good race in France. Not much else to say really. It was wet to dry, that's why. Dry to wet. The front runners did a 2-stop, obviously, being on the soft. We would on the mediums, we stretched it to the inters. It's quite late though, so I think I might have actually been on the hards. But yeah, it was a good result. And that sounded very off. That sounded like a weird accent. Anyway, I'm a Racengineer. Share with your friends, because friends have common interests. Comment your thoughts down in the comment section below. You can tell that I haven't done this properly in ages. Now I'm missing out a lot of stuff. I can't wait to do a full episode for the Austrian Grand Prix. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to find that video. But until you racers have a problem you engineers can't fix, I'm an Racengineer. I've fitted this